Welcome to Prakash Academy's virtual classroom. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here for another deep dive into the fascinating mechanisms of our natural world. Today, we're looking at a phenomenon that honestly feels like pure magic, but is actually a total masterclass in biological engineering. Today, we are going to learn about an important question. Why do fireflies glow at night? I mean, if you've ever spent a summer evening outside and watched those tiny flickering lights dancing in the air, you've probably wondered, how exactly do they pull off this incredible trick? And more importantly, why do they even do it in the first place?
So here's our roadmap for today's explainer. We'll start with the magic of bioluminescence, move into the science of the glow, talk about producing cold light, explore flashing to find mates, and finish up with warning signs for predators.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, the magic of bioluminescence. That magical glow we see is formally known as bioluminescence. Basically, it's a completely natural chemical reaction happening right inside a living organism. Instead of relying on the sun or any ambient light, fireflies are quite literally creating their own illumination to attract mates and communicate in total darkness. It's like having a built-in flashlight. Which brings us to Section 2, the science of the glow. The crucial thing to understand here is that this light production doesn't just happen randomly anywhere in the insect's body. It's highly localized. If you look at the lower abdomen of a firefly, you'll spot this highly specialized structure that scientists appropriately call the lantern. This lantern is the dedicated biological factory where all that chemical magic actually happens. Inside that lantern organ, there is a super precise, highly efficient chemical mixture going on. First up, we've got luciferin. That's the actual light-emitting compound. Next is luciferase, which is an enzyme acting kind of like a catalyst to drastically speed up the reaction. And finally, the fuel, cellular energy known as ATP, mixed with oxygen. So, how exactly do these ingredients mix? Well, the whole reaction kicks off when the firefly actively injects oxygen into its lantern. This oxygen immediately combines with the luciferin and the ATP. This creates a brand new excited state compound called oxyluciferin. And here is the really cool part. As this compound calms down back to its normal energy state, it releases that extra energy as a sudden, visible burst of light. Let's move on to Section 3, producing cold light. Scientists actually refer to the firefly's glow as cold light. Think about a traditional light bulb in your house for a second. It gets incredibly hot to the touch, right? Well, that heat is actually just wasted energy. But the firefly's bioluminescent reaction is so remarkably refined that it releases almost absolutely no heat whatsoever. To really put that into perspective, this biological process operates at nearly 100% efficiency. 100%. Almost every single bit of energy that goes into the chemical reaction inside the lantern organ is converted directly into light, not heat. Honestly, it's an astonishing feat of natural engineering that human engineers can still only dream of replicating. Now for Section 4, flashing to find mates. Adult fireflies don't just turn their lanterns on and leave them steadily lit. Actually, scratch that. It's more like a rhythmic strobe light. They flash in very precise rhythms. And the key takeaway here is that every single species of firefly has its very own unique flashing pattern. It's essentially a secret Morse code ensuring they're talking to the exact right bugs in the dark. It's this beautiful call and response routine, and the roles are distinctly split up. The males are the ones actively flying around in the air, flashing their specific pattern to proudly announce themselves. Meanwhile, the females are typically hanging out down below, watching from the grass. When a female sees a male of her exact species, she blinks back with the correct response, basically guiding him directly over to her. And finally, Section 5, warning signs for predators. So, romance aside, this glow also serves as a glaring, bright warning sign. It turns out fireflies are not exactly a great midnight snack. Their bodies contain these really bad-tasting and sometimes completely toxic chemicals. The brilliant light they emit is basically nature's way of advertising this fact to potential predators. When hunters like birds or frogs see that specific glow, they immediately know, hey, stay away, go look for a different meal. And what's super remarkable is that this defensive strategy starts incredibly early in the insect's life cycle. Even firefly larvae, which you might know as glowworms, possess this bioluminescence. They use their light from a very young age specifically to keep predators at bay, long before they even have wings to fly. From the highly efficient chemical mixing of luciferin and oxygen to this intricate glowing Morse code used to find a mate and ward off hungry frogs, the firefly is just a true marvel. It leaves us with a pretty fascinating thought to ponder. If this incredibly complex communication system is happening right in our own backyards, what other hidden languages are out there lighting up our natural world? Thank you so much for joining me in Prakash Academy's virtual classroom today. Catch you next time.